Hi, it's Ken. Right now we are going to be going through Chapter 11, Project 11B, starting on page 731. Alright, so we need to navigate to the student files, and we're going to pick the 11B overdue accounts. Okay, and we're going to display backstage, save, and put this in our Chapter 11 folder. Just adding your last name and first name to the beginning of the file. And if yours added a 1 to the end of the file, take the 1 off. Okay. Okay, so this one is going to have us change the beginning, or add to the beginning of each table. It says adding FLM, but what they really mean is to use your first, middle, and last initial. So for me, it's going to be KWB. For you, it'll be whatever your initials are. And I will pause this while I do it so you don't have to watch. Okay, so you see now I've put KWB in front of all of my table names and no space. If you need some time, hit pause and finish yours and then hit play when you're done. Okay, so I'm assuming you finished all of this. It doesn't say to change the macro, however, the macro may have used one of these tables that we've now changed the name of. So we're going to go, the book doesn't say to do this, but it's a good idea too. So let's just see if it was referencing any of the tables, and it was. So we need to change the table name here from flat fee billing to your initials flat fee billing. And then save and close. Oops. Now when we run it, it should open our folder. Okay. All right, so we're going to go to, I'm at number 3 right now. So we're going to go to the Create tab, and then in the Queries group, Query Design. Okay, so we're going to use personal clients and flat fee billing, and close the table and open these up a little bit. Okay, and it wants the following fields from the clients: ID, first and last name, and phone. And then from the billing file, paid. And then for criteria, we want, no. Actually, I think it needs to be capital. Sorry. Yeah, it's going to try to just click off of it so it takes it. Okay. So we're going to run. And no means there's no checkbox. So you'll see all these have no checkbox. But we do have some duplicates. Wiley is in here twice. So, let's see. Actually, I may be getting ahead of myself. Let's see. Yeah, it actually didn't have it running yet. Go to SQL right here. Okay. Okay, so basically click to the left of the word from, add a space, hit enter to add a line, and then click here, add 2 lines, and then here, add a line. And the way SQL works is these spaces get ignored, so they don't really matter. The commas separate values, and then the statement select from are going to always be there. Where will usually be there. Inner join is basically defining how the tables are connected. But the semicolon here at the end, that tells the computer that that's the end of the SQL command. So all that is like one statement. All right. Okay. In the where clause, remove all 6 parentheses. If you're dealing with a complex set of terms, the parentheses can be important, but ours is very straightforward and is overkill. So we don't really have to have that because it's just one term is equal to one term, so you don't really need all that grouping. All right. So we're going to save it. Yeah. Well, oh, here it is. Sorry, we were supposed to save it earlier before we went to SQL mode. It's your initials, flat fees due. Okay. So now we've saved it a second time. Anyway, so now we're going to run. Okay. Click the last names arrow and sort A to Z. Okay. Dorsey and Wiley. So Dorsey and Wiley are in here twice. So in order to have only, like each person only listed once, we're going to go back to SQL, and right here, after select, and it's in all caps because it's a SQL statement, you type in distinct. So that means if there's a duplicate, you ignore the duplicate or you add it to it or whatever. So it's select distinct from these 8 items from this table that's joined with this table where personal ID in this table is equal to personal ID in this table. So that's what the join statement means. And we're doing just the results where this table's field called paid is equal to no. So that's how you can sort of translate that. Okay, so now we'll save it and we'll run it again. And now you'll see that Dorsey is only once and Wiley is only once. Okay, so we've saved it and we're going to close it. All right, next we get to write it ourselves. So we're going to go to Create, Query Design, but this time we're going to close the show table. Excuse me, and we're going to click SQL. Okay, we're going to come in right before the semicolon and press enter a couple times to move it down. Okay, and we're going to type in the following here after the select. We're going to go your initials, personal, capital C clients, dot personal, capital ID, and then what I do to save all the typing is I will copy this part, okay, and then comma, and then I just paste it, F name. The capitals matter, it needs to match the table exactly. So if you go back and look at the table, the field name was capital F, capital N, and lowercase a and e. Okay, and then last name. Let's see. So ID, first name, last name, phone. Okay, now the book is going to tell you to go ahead and put something else here now, but I'm going to have you go ahead and come down and type your from statement, all caps, and then put in the table that these are from, right? Okay, now we're going to go back up here and finish the select statement. So the next table is your initials, hourly, billing. Go ahead and copy this and paste it down here. Okay. And go back up here and it's going hourly billing dot paid. So this is basically saying from this table we use personal ID, from this table we use first name, from this table we use last name, from this table we use phone, and then from this other table we use paid. So basically we're doing the same thing as we did over here when we, in a design view, where we dragged this stuff down or double clicked it in, okay? Okay, so in the from, you're going to do what we just did, but there's a comma in between them. Okay. And then down here, we type where in all caps. And it's hourly billing paid is equal to no. Okay. Now, if we flip back to design view, that's what that looks like. Personal ID. So it looks familiar, right? So anyway, back to SQL. Alright, so if we save it, it's going to be our initials, hourly, fees, due, not feeds, sorry. Okay, and now we're going to run it. Okay, so what do you notice first off? Lots of duplication, right? So there's a couple reasons for that. One is there's not a join to connect the two tables, and then we also don't have it with distinct either. So we're going to go back to SQL, and that's what I was talking about too. See, there's no join here between the two columns connecting it. Okay, so right here, okay, so we're going to come in here, remove the comma and press enter. I'm going to type in all caps enter join. Okay. Capital on. And it's going to be this dot personal ID is equal to personal ID. So we're basically saying this field in this table is equal to this field in this table. So it's the same thing as us over here dragging personal ID on top of personal ID and creating this line. Okay. So now that we've done that, we hit run. And we'll go and sort by last name. So we still have some duplication in here. So we need to go back over here and type distinct and run again. So now we don't have any duplication. And so we'll save it. Okay. Sorry about that, I just went through a bunch of steps all at once here. Okay, so we are actually now finished with Objective 6. So close that. Objective 7 is going to be creating a union query. So we go to create, we go to query, close the show table. Up here at in the query type, you're going to click union. It's going to automatically put you in SQL view because you can only do unions through query, through SQL. Now this is so easy, okay? We're going to be going into both of these, the FMO fees due, and basically they want a query that's going to show all fees, the flat fees and the hourly fees, right? So easy thing, just open that one and open that one. Okay, I'm going to switch it to SQL, highlight, copy, click over here, paste, come down a couple lines, type union in all caps, come down a couple lines, go to the other one, change to SQL, copy, go back to the query that hadn't been named yet, paste, and run. Okay, and that is all the people who owe money, whether it be flat fees or hourly fees. They're all in one list. Oh, and so go ahead and sort that A to B. All right, and we'll save this. Let's see. So this one's your initials, all fees due. Okay. Okay, it says to note, this is number 10, step 10, on page 737. It says, the navigation pane, notice the union sign. See the little infinity looking sign? That's to the left of the query name. In the results group, click the view button arrow and notice that the design view is not available for this query. So up here, you can only see it in datasheet or SQL. You can't see it in design view. Okay, we've already run the query. And we need to create a electronic printout. So we just go print, preview, PDF, go to our folder, okay. So we're now on 738, objective 8. We're going to, wait here, let me make sure this say close. Yeah, close the queries. Okay, So we're going to create tab. And then in queries group, we're going to do query design. So we're going to use show table to add personal clients, hourly billing. Okay. So first name and last name. Okay, and then it tells us to do SQL view. Okay. So it says by starting a design view, you save having to type the select from and inner join clauses. Okay, so to the right of the entire select clause, type a comma, spacebar. Okay, we're going to add initials. Well, you know me, I don't like to type, so it's going to be initials hourly billing dot rate. Hang on one second. Oh, there it is. So dot hours times, or just star, hourly billing dot rate as fee. Okay, so what this is doing is in design view, when we would do a calculated field, where you would do the go into the zoom view, and you would type fee colon square bracket hours in square bracket times square bracket rate square bracket, and you would have underneath it hourly billing as the table that's all in. That's doing the same thing as this statement that we just added. So the as fee is what the actual, the as is saying this is going to be a new field in the results. And this is the calculation that's going to put the result in that column. Okay. Okay. At the end of the SQL statement, so we need to come here and go down where paid is equal to no. And so just to kind of space this out so it's easier to read, okay, so we're using this table joined with this table on this field in both tables. So that's where we're getting these fields from. We're selecting first name, last name from this one, and we're selecting hours and rate from this one, multiplying those together and putting the result in a brand new field we're calling fee. And we're doing this for all of them where this table's paid entry is equal to no, meaning there's not a checkbox in it. Okay? Alrighty. So we're going to save this. That's your initials. Hourly fees. Click OK. Run the query. There we go. And it says, if you're instructed, print the result. So, preview. Excuse me. Let's see. Oops. Wrong one. There we go. Okay, we are now on activity 11.11, which I think is our last one. Excuse me. So for this one, oh, let me close this. Okay. We're going to go to Create tab, Queries Group, Query Design, close Show Table, go to SQL View. By the way, if you're not seeing what I'm doing in the bottom corner, you can also do it up here. Go to SQL View. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're going to delete the semicolon. Okay, we're going to type count, our initials, flat fee billing dot fee, and that count is going to be put into, so as, a field called count. From, oops, it's got to be all caps. So we know it's in here, so we'll just put that. Okay, and then come down, we're in all caps. Dot paid is equal to no, and then your semicolon. So we're going to save this as flat fee stats, and we're going to run it, and it should be 12. Okay, next page. Okay, we're going to go back to SQL View. Click to the right of the select column, put a comma, and then we're going to say average, or AVG, your initials, flat fee billing dot fee as a field called average. Okay, we're going to put another comma, and we're going to have minimum, so min, flat fee billing dot fee as minimum, comma, max, flat fee billing dot fee as maximum. Save that, run it. Okay, I did something wrong. So let's see what I did wrong here. Oh, I've got KWB twice. Let's try again. Save, run. So now we should have. It doesn't say. Okay. Oh, there was one more. And actually, in the book, they have us putting each of these as a separate line. So there was one last one that I forgot. Sum. The last one is total flat fees. And this one, because there are spaces, we have to put square brackets around it. Okay, save it, run it, and we'll do best fit. There we go. Okay, so let's save that since I adjusted the fields. Okay, so now we're going to close the query, open the navigation pane and click on the flat fees stats, which is what we just basically created. And then we're going to click on the Create tab and click the Report button. Okay, now we're going to click anywhere in the Total Flat Fees column. And we're going to go to, hold on a second. So we're going to click anywhere in the Total Flat Fees column. And then in the Grouping and Totals group, we're going to click Totals and uncheck the sum so that it goes away. And then in the report header, we want to delete the date. So what I do for that part is I'll go to Design View so that I can get rid of it for good. Because if you do it in the other view, the date goes away, but the actual, oops. There we go, because we want the container to go away too. Okay, change your report's title to first name, last name, flat fee. Okay. Flat fee statistics. Yeah, it all fits one line. Okay, so go back over here. Looks good. Doesn't really say to do this, but might as well. Let's just take it to like 5.5. There we go. And we'll do, well, before we do that, let's save it. It's fine. Okay, and we will print preview. Looks good. PDF. Okay. And that's the end. So let's just bring up that folder. Okay, so for 11B, oops, we have basically, oops, close. Okay, so for 11B, we just have the one database. And these have the KWB, so it looks like 3 Adobe files. Let's see. back to page 730. Yep, so it should just be 3 files and your... So we've got everything, so we just take these, send to compressed file, Brown Kenneth 11B, and then send the 2 zip files to a zip. Oops. Yeah, I chose wrong option. Send to compressed file. And this one we'll call 11A and 11B. And then you'll log into Moodle, and this will be the one you upload. Okay, hope that this tutorial has been helpful. You can always email me if you have a question at kwbrown@gtcc.edu. See you later.